Oh, where am I?
I found you, and I healed you. Do you remember what happened?
Oh, yeah, I think I do. I was recording a This Week in the Lethal Company episode, and that double cross, he betrayed me. He double crossed me.
Oh, that's called.
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just fishing using the Lethal Company Farming and Cooking mod and the Lethal Company Crafting mod. That's right, Lethal Company now has a crafting mod. Isn't that crazy? Well, whoa. Cool. I just got a fish. Now you can craft a fishing rod using the crafting station shown here, and you can also plant whatever seeds you want to plant, as the planters are now independent and don't necessarily mean that you will only be able to plant wheat or carrots in them. You can't eat any of this, however you can sell it to the company to eat. As you can see, I just made a slider out of fish, bread, and carrots. So this mod is pretty cool, and it got a pretty good update. If you want to know the basics of how this mod works, go check out my other video, linked in the description below. Overall, this is a pretty cool update, and you can also destroy sheaves now, which is also pretty cool. Come over here. Ew, yeah, look at that. You can also make wine, as well as being able to care for bees in bee boxes, which is also really cool. So definitely try out this mod for yourself. The lobby improvements add several features, most of them being bug fixes with the lobbies. However, important features include validating Steam sessions to keep out hackers or pirated games, a new toggle for the amount of players you have. Instead of it being here, it is now here. And finally, a server password, which keeps out unwanted players out of your game. Really cool, really interesting, really great mod. A random enemy size mod. It basically allows you to convert any enemy to any size that you want, making them a lot more fearsome and a lot more lethal. This mod can also be configured to support landmines and turrets as well. The Lethal Presence mod. This mod adds a dangerous element to the gift box that isn't in the vanilla game at all. So let's just see what it's all about. That was the Lethal Presence mod. And what it does is it basically takes an enemy and makes it spawn whenever you open up a present. It can happen randomly, so it not necessarily happens every time you open up a present. It's really cool and really interesting and adds a lot of flavor to the game. So make sure not to open your presents outside and open them in the ship instead, because if you open them in the ship, then the presents will not turn into enemies. This is the Moai mod. It adds several Moai to the game, and I'll explain them all right now. Whoa! They all have different abilities, so let's just go over what they all are. The normal Moai is gray, and it just chases down the player and tries to kill them. The blue Moai summons lightning in a range that gets more and more violent the closer it is. The Angel Moai, it patrols around players and it looks for enemies. And it will try to attack the enemies and not the players. Whoa. The red Moai is a explosive Moai, and it rushes towards players at extreme speeds, and it tries to basically explode the players. The green Moai is a picky yet messy enemy, apparently, and is capable of constructing various hazards through rituals. It wields ionizing plasma, which will be able to shoot out of its eyes to damage you. The gold Moai can be commanded to retrieve scrap using its sense of smell. The purple Moai captures and throws enemies at the player, and the orange Moai is basically an Earth Leviathan. Overall, really funny mod, but really dangerous as well. Let's get out of here. This is the better EXP mod. It adds a new EXP system that is overall better than the original one presented in the original game, according to the mod developer. I personally don't have an opinion on the EXP system. I believe it's fine the way it is. However, if you feel like you need a change of pace, this mod is for you. It also features a revamped performance report as well, which is really interesting. This is the Cruiser Additions mod. It adds several additions to the Cruiser as well as bug fixes, making it similar to a mod such as Cruiser Improved or Better Vehicle Controls. However, it is different in the way that it also adds things to the Cruiser. There's now a speedometer on the Cruiser, which makes it a lot easier to tell how fast you're going. Opening up the back, you can also see that there's now a light to turn on in the back of the Cruiser, making it a lot easier to see what's in the back. You can also switch on and off the light here using the Cruiser Improved mod, which I forgot to mention in a prior video. Not only this, but you can also configure whether or not you want items in the back of the Cruiser to be moved to the ship at the end of the day. Overall, this is a really cool mod, and you should definitely download it now. One final thing to mention, you can also find scrap that looks like the company Cruiser littered throughout this facility now, such as this destroyed Cruiser or a regular Cruiser as well. So it is really cool, and it adds a lot to your game. This is the Wise Wilderness mod. It adds several scraps to the game, such as this broom, this hat for the Nutcracker, a coil from a coil head, and a headlight from a old bird, as well as a decapitated man-eater head, which is kind of gross, honestly. But yeah. Overall, really simple mod. That's about all it adds, and it's just adds a little bit of immersion to your game. So download it now if you want to give it a shot. This is the metal item variants mod. It adds several different variants to metal items and makes the game a lot more unique and cool. As you can see, I am holding a bolt, but it's not just any bolt, it's silver, and this golden cup is now true gold. Silver metal sheets, gold metal sheets, a bronze bolt, a gold large axle, a gold cash register. I mean, if you can think of it, there's going to be a bronze, silver, and gold version of it. So this mod just adds a lot more variants to the game, and it's overall really cool and really fun, so you should definitely download it now. This bad boy is the Road Rage. It's a new car for Lethal Company, and even stepping in front of it's dangerous. Let's just see all the stuff it has. Very interesting. It's super fast, super dangerous. Whoa. Yeah. As I said, dangerous. Seems to be vibrating a lot too. Wow. Can't believe I died. So yeah, that's the mod. Has a little mini map as well and a little camera. It's basically just a souped up version of the Cruiser. So overall, it's pretty cool, and you should definitely give it a shot right now. This is the toggleable items mod, which allows you to toggle off and on items such as clocks, teeth, and robot toys. Overall, really useful mod if you're playing the game for a long time and you don't want to deal with these annoying sounds anymore. This is the Better Spectate mod and the Auto Revive mod. It adds the ability to revive yourself and have better and more spectation features in Lethal Company. So, let's just see how it is. First of all, you can notice that you can scroll out and in using the scroll wheel. Very useful. And you can also switch to the first person mode by pressing P on your keyboard. Very useful as well. You can also now see the time of day in spectation mode and also see the chat as well. So overall, this is very, very cool and very useful. And you can also revive yourself by pressing G, and it will allow you to not be dead anymore. This is the dimming flashlights mod. As you can see, my flashlight is at full power basically. However, as it goes down, the flashlight will dim. Eventually, it gets so dim that you can't really see anything using it. The next mod I want to talk about is the full HP sprint mod, which allows you to sprint at full speed non-stop due to having full HP. Pretty useful. You can also toggle it to just have more sprinting abilities rather than just having always max infinite sprinting abilities. Overall, really cool mod. Definitely should download now. You ever go into a fire exit and it's right next to the main entrance? Well, with the fire exits mod, you'll be spawned really far away from the main entrance, making it a lot fairer and a lot more interesting gameplay-wise. So overall, this mod is very cool and you should definitely give it a shot. With the Jetpack Pocket mod, you'll be able to carry two-handed items around with you while using the jetpack, as seen here. Overall, really cool, really useful, and definitely should download it right now. It's the Dharma's Terminal Stuff mod, which adds many things to Lethal Company's terminal, such as the ability to view what your playmates are doing while they're on the terminal, which is really interesting and really cool. Some of the things that are included in this is the ability to have a Store Plus, which completely replaces the Vanilla Store, the Moons Plus, which completely replaces the Vanilla Moons page, Purchase Packs, which is basically the survival kit, but in new fashion, a customization to change the look and feel of your terminal, and so on and so forth. And you're also able to have mini cams and body cams, which is really nice as well. Overall, this mod adds a lot to Lethal Company's terminal, and I feel like you should download it now. That was the loading info mod, which allows you to know how many players have loaded into the game so far, so you don't have to worry about why is my game not loading. It is loading, just give it a second. The next mod we talk about is the Better Paycheck mod, which makes the paycheck a lot more easier to read and a lot more cleaner to look at as well. So overall, really cool mod, definitely should use it right now. The next mod I want to talk about is the Lethal Company Phones mod. This mod adds Lethal Company phones to the game, such as this, which allows you to call your other players without the need of a walkie-talkie. Just put in a number, such as mine, and you'll be able to call a player. This is the Scannable Codes mod. It adds scannable codes to the game, which allows you to see the codes so you can tell them to your other person at the ship rather than them having to look at the codes themselves. It's really useful and really interesting, so download it yourself. This is the mystery button. It has the ability to spawn scrap, as you can see, but it also has other abilities, such as opening all doors, closing all doors, making turrets go berserk, reviving players, and etc, etc. Plays this little chime, but when we step on it, it'll spawn us loot. But it can do all sorts of things, like I said before. Overall, really cool mod. Definitely should download it now if you want to give it a shot and see what kind of things it spawns for you. Overall, that's all the mods I have to show for you today. So enjoy version 81, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!